So Grant is being a butthole and won't sit down here with me. And he's laid up there. He says he's got a bad back. And he can't sit right here beside me for 10 minutes.
I am beside you.
No, you're not. I don't like having to turn around like this.
Why don't turn around?
This is my bad side. Do you regret getting married young? Do you regret getting married young? That's the first question.
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
I don't either.
Do it and get it over with. I mean, in a good way.
No, I don't regret getting married young. Because I feel like if you find the one, like, if you know that's your person, then you need to go ahead and get married. You know, like, why waste all that time when you could be experiencing everything marriage has to offer?
Life's too short to wait till you get old.
Yeah. Okay, number 2. Was the wedding planning stressful? Yes. 110%. What do you think?
It wasn't bad.
No, not for you.
It wasn't bad.
He didn't have to do anything. I just told him, this is it. Do you agree, yes or no? And he would be like, yes, sure, or no. And I would be like, okay. And then I'd go think of something else. And then I would tell him when to be there and what to do. And he would just show up. And that was it. He didn't have to do nothing except build our doors that we had. Oh, no. So he didn't have to do nothing but build our doors.
I move a bunch of shit around.
You can't say that.
Well, yeah, I can.
Okay, so yeah, that's all he had to do. So yes, it was very stressful for me, not him. So number 3, what's the hardest thing about being married young? I don't know, paying all the bills.
I've been doing that a long time anyway. It wasn't nothing new.
But like with him, his family, like he worked for his family, so he always had a good job, a good income. Whereas me, like I just graduated cosmetology school and I'm just starting my career, so it is harder for me because, you know, if you've not been working since the 7th grade, it is harder to, you know, get a job, get steady and learn how to manage your money and all of that. What would you say is the hardest thing?
About what?
About being married young.
I don't know. I've been ready to be married a long time.
Oh my gosh. Number 4, do y'all fight? And if so, how do you resolve the issue? No, we don't. We bicker like an old couple, but we don't like fight and knock down, drag out, and like, no, we don't do that. We just bicker about stuff and like, I don't know, when we're arguing, if we do ever fight or argue, I'm just like, okay, whatever. And I'm like, I'll go somewhere for like 5-10 minutes and calm down. And then I'll come back. Usually I just won't say anything. And then he'll come up to me and be like, I'm not going to leave till you smile at me. I'm not going to go anywhere until you give me a hug. And then it's over and I start laughing and that's just it. But if he's mad at me, it don't work that way for me. I can't just go up to him and be like, I'm not leaving till you smile like it. No, he don't do that.
Can't help that. If I get mad, it's over something that needs to be being mad at.
I'll just be like, I'm sorry that I did that. And he'll be like, okay. And that's just it. And so I think he's mad at me the rest of the day. Okay, what was your favorite part and least favorite part of your big day? He cried the whole day. The whole day.
And the next day.
And the next day, yeah, on our honeymoon. I would say my favorite part of our wedding day was, I don't know, the first look, I think. And then my least favorite part
was the foot washing when the water was ice cold.
Oh my gosh, yes. We did foot washing. If you didn't,
you got my socks wet and my feet were raw.
If you didn't
when
watch,
I got to the hotel, raw.
If
I
you
couldn't
didn't
walk. I had to wear Crocs all week because my feet was hurting.
If you didn't watch our wedding video, you need to go watch it and watch the foot washing ceremony that we did. That was our unity ceremony. And I told somebody, get a coffee mug thermos thing that'll keep it hot till we get ready to use it. And nobody did that.
Somebody spilled the water.
Somebody spilled the water, and
who done that?
It was ice cold. Like they took it to the sink, cut it on the coldest it would go, and filled it up. I don't know who did that, but whoever you are, I'm mad at you. Because it was it not freezing?
It's cold.
I have a picture. So Landry got a picture of me sitting there like, because it was so freaking cold.
She thinks stuff's got to be hot enough to burn her skin off her bone, though.
No, this water, y'all, it was ice cold. So that was the least favorite part. But the ceremony was really sweet. What was your least favorite part?
Oh, probably all the pictures.
What was your favorite part?
I liked it all day, I reckon. I enjoyed myself. Had a few brews. A few brewskis.
Okay, moving on. How long have y'all been together?
4 years. A little over.
Yep, 4 years. Okay, what made you know that the other partner was the one? I'll let you go first.
Will you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I come picked her up one day on our first date, and I seen her walk out the door, and I said, I'm going to marry her someday.
Oh, gosh.
And lo and behold, here we are.
I probably knew that same day, but I was too scared to admit it. Like,
No, she didn't know it first day.
when he come to pick me up, he was the first boy that ever opened the door for me for a vehicle, like, to get in. So that's when I knew. I was like, this is a good one. Like, maybe not like he's the one, but like I was like, yeah, he's a good guy. And I really like him, and I don't know what that point was where I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna marry him one day. Like, I don't remember.
You just walked out the door, and I knew right off.
He's so full of
That'd
it.
be my wife one day. I had to fight real hard for it too.
Oh gosh. How do y'all feel about kids?
I reckon whenever they come, they come.
I don't want to have kids for a little while. Like, by a
About
little,
year and a half,
like,
2 maybe. 2 years.
I mean by a little while, like years.
Maybe just a year or so, 2 years. Start pumping them out.
Pumping them out? This ain't a factory. Crazy.
Like Nana said, you gotta get them out while you're young, so
that
when
is
you get
true.
old, you can
That is true.
have time for
If my
grandbabies.
mama watches this, she's gonna be like, no. I know she's gonna be screaming, and your mama's gonna be like, yes, have them today. So next question, I don't even know what number. What advice do you have for someone getting married? Young or old?
Make sure you love them.
What's that supposed to mean?
Make sure you get along with them.
Yeah, that is a good point. My advice.
If you have any, what's the word I'm looking for? Second thoughts.
Yeah, that's true.
You better make sure that's the one.
I agree.
Give it time. Figure out what you don't like and what you do like about them.
We dated for over 3.5 years before we got married. And so we kind of knew each other really well. We knew how each other lived. And I say my advice is get together with them and figure out what you both want life goals wise. Like,
just hang out for a little while before you get into all that.
Yeah, and like kid goals, like how you're going to discipline your kids, how you feel about, vaccines and just different things like that you might not be concerned about right now, but will be relevant later. Because when me and him first got together, we didn't agree on the vaccine thing. Like, he was not for vaccines and I was, and that caused, an issue. But over time,
She come to my ways.
yeah, and now I don't agree with him
decided
either.
That I was right.
So I would say just make sure that you're both on the same page before you get married, because that is something that can really mess with your marriage. How often do you have date nights?
Very rarely.
Rarely. We
Too
don't.
busy. Always
We don't ever do that. Yeah, I'm working on time. He's working on time, and when we're off, we're working at our house and help fixing it up. So we don't ever do that. What's one thing you'd change about your wedding day?
I wouldn't change nothing. I had a pretty damn good time.
I would change being so freaking stressed out. If I could go back and do it all over again, I would totally relax and just have a good day instead of stressing myself out the way I did. To where, like, the whole beginning of my wedding day, like, I don't even remember because I was so stressed out and so worried about every little thing, and ended up it was fine. Everything was fine. So I would go back and I would change that. In what way would you say life changes after marriage?
You don't want me to answer that?
Why?
I'm just kidding. I ain't gonna say that.
I'd say everything changes after you get married. Like,
You gotta share everything.
yeah. Yeah, you share everything. Everything. Yeah, you share everything, so.
You get a honey-do list that don't usually get done.
Yep.
You got a lot of big ideas that don't usually happen.
Yeah. I would say even, like, your relationship with one another changes. It's like after you're married, it's...
You just want to sit around and be lazy.
Yeah.
You don't want to go do nothing.
Yeah. All we do
I
is...
know some people do, but... all we do, you don't have time to do it, really.
Excuse me. Yeah, we usually just sit around and watch TV, like... I don't know. Just everything changes. Everything. What's your favorite thing about marriage?
The freedom to do whatever we want to, not have to ask nobody or tell nobody what we're doing or where we're going.
My favorite thing about marriage...
tell people where we're going because that's just a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
That way if you get in trouble or something, somebody knows where you at, but you ain't got to ask nobody to go nowhere. You ain't got to worry about nobody.
Yeah.
It's just nice.
My favorite thing is always having somebody here, like, with me. You know, like, I don't know. I just really like that he's here with me and I feel safe and protected and all that. Not that I didn't before, but it just makes, I don't know, it's just easier now. About marriage and what's your favorite thing about each other?
I love everything about you.
Oh, Lord, I've heard it all. You being real?
I'm being real. You hair, you smile, your eyes.
He got to put up this hair.
Your body.
Grant.
What? I ain't lying.
My favorite thing about Grant is...
personality.
Everything. Everything except him leaving clothes on the floor. That's the only thing I don't like.
I don't leave them everywhere.
But everything else...
They're all in one spot or in a basket.
Everything else I like about him. My favorite thing is his ability to forgive. Because I'm a handful sometimes. Okay.
I got big hands and I can't keep her in both of them.
Okay, so this is a more serious one. And it's, what's your take on waiting until marriage?
Well, we didn't.
No. But it was also like a different...
I've loved one woman.
Yeah.
And she's right there.
Yeah.
And that was a big deal for me. A lot of people it ain't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it's just something that meant a lot to me. Not to, I don't know, just sleep around with everybody that come through.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that was another reason, like that's another one of the things that I was like, oh yeah, I think he's the one because, I mean, an 18-year-old boy, I mean, most of them have slept around with everybody. And then we got to talking about it and he didn't. And he told me how special that was to him and what he thought about that. Like that really just, I don't know, it meant a lot to me. And so I think personally, I don't know how I feel about the wait until marriage because, I mean, I know you should. I know it's the right thing to do.
It's hard to do.
But it's hard, yeah. It's very hard and it's tempting and there's a lot of times that you fail. But, I mean, I don't think it's the end of the world. I don't think you're going to hell for that. But I do think it's a good thing. I mean, to do because it's special and you want to make sure that you save yourself for the right person.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one thing he told me was, you know, you are my one. Like, you're the one that I want to marry one day. Otherwise, I wouldn't do this. So, and I felt the same way. So I think it's a good thing. But then again, it's like, you really got to know your partner and how they feel about that too. Okay, so somebody asked, did y'all wait? And that kind of goes back to the other question, which was no.
We waited a long time.
We didn't, but we did wait a long time. Like, we were together for almost a year. So, like, we knew each other pretty good. And that was the first question he ever asked me on our first date was, are you a virgin? And who in the world asked that and then never says anything else? I was like, yeah. And he said, okay. And just, like, nothing else. So who does that? I don't know.
Well, it's a very important thing.
But it showed that it was very important to him. And now, looking back, he says that if I would have said no, he wouldn't have continued to pursue me. Because it was special to him. But to all the young people out there, because I know there's a lot of people watching this that
don't go throwing your body at everything
right,
that moves.
that are young, and you know, you think you're with the one or whatever, and if you are, great.
Every time you sleep with somebody, you're taking a piece of them.
Right.
And you can never take it back.
Right. And you know, it's like I just watched this TikTok of this preacher. He was saying that God, when he what's the word I'm looking for? When he like promotes a marriage and is like, yes, this is good, and I want to honor that, and I want to bless that. It's not on your wedding day, and it's not it's not in the dress and the pictures and all that. It's when you come together in the room and you come together as one, and that's when he's like, okay, that's a covenant, and that's what I want to bless. And so if you're constantly giving yourself to all these other people, you know, how many other people are you married to? You know, that's basically what it's saying is you don't want to give yourself to all these people and be in like a covenant with them. Like, you really want to save yourself for that one person to
different to
share that with.
Almost different. When a man sleeps with a woman's like, they love me.
Right.
And then they just got with that woman for the sex, and then they break it off, and that does a lot of things to a woman that a man don't really see. And it puts them in a bad place, really.
Yeah.
And it can do the same for a man too, but it's just different for a lady.
And I will say too, like, he respected me. Like, I think that you really need to be with a partner that is going to respect you in that way. I mean, in every way, but especially in that way. Like, he never did anything that I wasn't ready for. He was always very appropriate about everything. He didn't say ugly things in front of me. Like, I feel like that says a lot about a person, and a guy especially, because if they don't respect you in the dating phase, they're probably not going to respect you in the marriage phase, because then I feel like they're probably going to take even more advantage of you, because they're like, oh, well, now, you know, she can't go anywhere. So I just feel like you really need to respect your partner and make sure y'all are on the same page instead of just doing whatever you want just because it's there and it's available, you know? Ashlyn Warren, she asked, who's the messy freak? Who's the messy one and who's the neat freak?
Depends on what it is.
Yeah, because I'm the neat freak when it comes to picking up the house and making sure our house is in order and everything looks nice and neat. But when it comes to the vehicle, I'm pretty messy in my vehicle. But he is also messy in his vehicle.
I work out of my truck.
But yeah, it's a work truck. I don't know. You're kind of a neat freak when it comes to organizing. Yeah, like everything has to be.
Everything has a place and everything in it.
Super organized. Yeah, that's him. So I don't know. That was our Q&A. That was all the questions. And if you want us to do another video, y'all have to let me know. Grant probably don't want to do another video. He's wore out right now. He's so mad I made him do this.
Yeah, interrupting my Andy.
Yeah, I'm interrupting his Andy Griffith show that he's seen for the millionth time. But if y'all like this video, let me know. And let me know what else you want to see. And I can do more questions about...
If you don't like it, well, just don't watch it.
Exactly. And I can do, like... I can do a video on our wedding day, like, specifically, and tell y'all where, like, we got everything and all that. If that's something you're interested in, I don't know. Or I can tell you about hair school and doing hair newly. Whatever you want to see, you just let me know. And we'll do it. So, y'all be good. We love you and God loves you. Peace out.